Sagittarius, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 4th to the 10th of November, getting ever so close to your birthday season. That could have well been that inner shake-up that you had last week that we saw on the Astroflower. How did that go? The energies are in transformation at the moment, and we will be going into how the energies are affecting your flower, your particular elements within your flower. I actually think it's going to be quite good for you this week. If you had a good shake up last week, I think it's going to put a lot of things into perspective for you. But in the meantime, we're going to bring up the Astroflower. Here it is. We're going to take some messages from the Astroflower and do a tarot reading as well. There's a lot going on the solar plexus there. It keeps tapping away, which is quite interesting. Let's just see what's going on for you. Here we have the general overall energy that's flowing through you. This is a lot better from last week. There's no more doubt. There's no more sort of it's in a shake-up. Here is definite, like, it's like you've sort of had that shake up and you kind of sort of see the cards as they lay in your life in regards to relationships, in regards to one-to-one relationship, or even collective, say like family, friends, community, that sort of thing. And I think it's much more to do with life, and it's sort of saying, you know what, I'm going to live life, and this is how I'm going to live it, and it's going to be great. Sort of scenario. That's how, you know, it's a really consistent across all areas of your life. Very happy with your past, very happy with your future. Within you, let's just see how it plays out as well. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. This is regrouping finances from every aspect. So there may be something that comes into your life, say like, savings in the savings account that you've had for some time. You want to do a project, and it might be a case of using those savings, some of those savings, in order to create a business or create a project or whatever you're doing. It seems like there's like a coming together of finances more than anything else, and it could well be a job. It could well also be like selling up a house and moving to a new place, and so forth. Could be, there seems to be a little bit of travel on there as well within you, and it's like that inner desire to get things under one sort of banner, as it were. And I think this is, as you get closer to your birthday season, this is going to be a lot more evident for you. Okay, let's just have a look, see what the look at that Queen of Swords. She's got control over her heart, as you can well see there in the bottom there, and she's taking a direction. The King of Swords is looking straight ahead. The Queen of Swords is looking off to one side. She is taking a direction, and when she does, she's got all the elements behind her. She's got her power. She's sitting very much in her power. And I think this is what you're doing as well here. I think you've chosen a direction, both on your financial side and on your relationship side. And now it's a case of going ahead and living it. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. It's quite daunting as someone from the outside who's not a Sagittarian, right? Because you sit in this power, and it's almost like you have this inner knowing that, yeah, this is what is good for me. It's on your karmic path to live that and be live that, be that way. Encompass, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find the word. Encompass that sort of position. And with that sort of like position, it from outside, it can seem a little bit kind of going, blimey, they're hard. They're a bit hard, but I think it's good for you to be like that. It's gonna shake the tree a little bit and see which fruit are not, are rotten off the tree. That's what you're doing at the moment on your karmic path. Connection to the universe. You're not going to mess around and waste your time. You only want quality rather than quantity here. Really good quality. Connecting with people who really matter to you is really important. It's pulling in ranks in a way from your past. Well, your past seems to be a little bit like that that heart there, it's almost as if like it's under glass, as if to sort of say, yeah, that was quite rocky. Yeah, but so I've covered it over with a bit of glass so he can't fall on the rocks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I know it's there, you can see it, but you just, it's to deal with another day, sort of attitude. Deal with it another day. In your future self here, very successful. There's a light shining on you in the future. And I think it's because you choose choose life, choose to live life, and it's really sort of like it's shining a light on you that makes you, makes you, I wouldn't say successful, but certainly desirable by a lot of people. It's like almost as like you can't be touched, and that's what makes the desirable bit about it, because you've got that clear vision about where you want to go. What's the lessons that come out of this week here? Break through the mist till you see clear. That's the lesson. So basically, I think it's sort of saying there, hold your position until things become a lot clearer for you. Okay? Yeah, look at that. It is about, that's what that thing is all about there. You have really chosen a direction here, Sagittarius. And I think that's really good. I think it bodes incredibly well for you. As I said, it's almost here is like a little bit daunting for the outside world, but that doesn't matter. That's going to sort the chaff from the wheat very quickly in your life. It's time to step up to the plate. If you're not ready to step up to the plate, then move out of the way. Sort of thing. I think it's a beautiful sort of thing. And look at that. Quality relationships around you. That's what you're looking for in your connection to the universe and connection with other people. Absolutely brilliant. On your relationship side here, I think it bodes incredibly well for you to take a pathway that really corresponds to you. Really, really does correspond to you. And you're going to find those people around you that correspond to that pathway that you wish to take. You're going to find people who are going in the same direction. Okay, look at that person there. Look, see that? There's rocks underneath, right? She's walking across like a really thin stick. And there's a lot of ideas to follow and convert into reality. And I think this is where you're sort of like, you're walking over your past sort of saying, yeah, I've got ideas to fulfill. I've got things to do. I will deal with that. I will deal with that when I come to it, sort of scenario. And it's a fine line, but, it's a lot of determination from within you. And look at that. Out in the future there is a surprising instigation of success. This is what I said, like this person got a lot of light on them, and it is as if like you're standing there and everyone says, and here they are, Sagittarius, sort of thing, and you come in and it's very, very exciting. Life all of a sudden becomes like a real sort of ceremony, an evening, a beautiful time, because you're standing in your power, because you've let go of the past, because you're seeing clearly your vision for what is good for you in life. And it just bodes incredibly well for you. Okay? So what comes out for the message of this week here? Don't worry, be happy. That's what it's all about here. It's sort of like, don't allow your inner doubts to take control of you anymore. And I think this is like a little bit of the shake up from last week. I think you've had a difficult year and a half, I think, Sagittarius, and it's sometimes been fraught with doubt and stuff like that in your pathway. And it's almost as if like the future, your lesson out of this week here is sort of saying, break through the mist of that. The mist of the doubts or the woes and worries that you can have in yourself, and it can certainly change it into a completely different lifestyle for you. Okay, really beautiful. There seems to be a love connection anyway that's coming in from you taking this position. Not sure if it's here this week, but it's certainly creating a lot of desire. You're becoming very desirable. There you go. Right, let's see what's going on the financial side. Seems to be padlocks and things cut off. It's like a tree there's branches that have been cut off, and there's some branches that have actually been padlocked, as if sort of they're not going there. And yeah, I think it's a case of pruning life and making sure, reassessing how you put your assets or your time and your money into what you're doing. And it's actually going ahead and doing that now, streamlining a few things for you more than anything else. And then your connection to the universe, that's coming in here, and I think this is about you taking a direction. As I said, I think there's finances that you might bring from selling a house and stuff like that. This is all about you taking a direction in life, and you're not going out to get it. It's all coming into you. So it's good success, possible really good job opportunities on your past self here. It's like you've polished a rough diamond. So I think you've done this, and now that rough diamond needs to be mounted in a ring. So therefore you need investment in order to make that diamond valuable, as it were. And I think you've done the hard work. You've shined up the diamond, and now it's a case of starting to get to a place where you can really take it to the next level, as it were. Let's see what's going on in your future. It's really weird. It's like you're selling a house and buying 3 apartments. So it's like investment. It's reinvigorating your finances, but it's also could be a case of reinvigorating your experiences, your knowledge and stuff like that into a direction where you're going to get much better value from it. And it could be a case of sort of leaving a full-time job that's been very demanding and starting a part-time job, but then also starting a part-time business. And this is where you can split yourself between the two. It seems like a really good idea for you in the future. That sort of thing. Playing on several fronts at the same time, basically. And it could be a case of getting a job so you got the finances to buy a house, for example. So you start playing on that side as well. So, whatever it is, I think it's a case of playing with your investments. Let's just see what's the messages out this week here. It's allow your passions to be ultimately the driving force behind everything. I would apply a little bit of this within your financial world as well, saying this is how it is, this is what I want. It's much more increments than anything else, but yeah, I think you need to be very decisive about where you're going. Let's just see what's going on there on the karmic path. Devil's in the detail. I think there's certain things within your financial world that actually, you might have got conned a little bit. People might have taken you for a ride within a job or something like that. And now it's streamlining certain things, but also taking your investments, taking your hard-earned money and investing it in another way. In the connection to the universe, and that plays into this 8 of Swords as well, the Queen of Swords, sorry, you get the 8 of Wands. This is all about, it's the acts of what you do, the way you communicate with the world is through acts here. So basically, if you're selling your house and buying another one and investing elsewhere, you're showing to the rest of the world what you want, or, where you're going in your life. And I think this is where you're now getting that information coming through from the world around you. Synchronicities are really starting to play in your favor in your financial world. And it's also giving you a focal point of where to go. In your past, you got the 8 of Swords. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Yeah, I think that you've done you know, you've done certain things in the past. I think you've done the hard work. You've shined up that, you know, when you're shining up a diamond, because that's what that's all about, you're not going anywhere. You know, you're sat there, you're shining it, you're concentrating on something really tightly. And now you're getting freed up from that because of this information that's coming through, this connection with someone else. And yeah, look at that, in your future self, it's the 9 of Pentacles. As I said, more than one opportunity there. There's loads of different opportunities, financial opportunities, business opportunities. And I think this is where diversifying will bring you a lot more success in your life, or bring you the rewards that you're so desiring. Okay? And on the lessons that come out of this week here, putting your passions into it, happiness after difficulty, I think that's where you've just been having to hold back on a lot of things, hold back on investments in the past, and now you're getting to and now you're in a place where you can really start investing in your business and in your energies. So let's just bring up the sun and see how the elements are going to be playing in this, because this is quite interesting. I think it's going to be a good week for you at the moment, and if the energies stay like this for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a good lead up to your birthday season. So if you haven't seen the energy update on our channel, please do go and have a look at that. You'll get the messages from the earth, the chakra sequencing. We went into how the air energy is increasing, so it's all about in the crown chakra. It's all about ideas, converting ideas into reality, communicating them. There was a case last week where the earth energy sort of like faded away, and we can see that on the sun. There's not much in the way of coronal holes. There is 2 little ones that start popping up, and it is coming back. But the main elements that have been playing is this filament energy, which is water. And we did have at the beginning of the week, we did have an eruption, an X-flare. We had 2 X-flares, but they didn't hit the earth. They went to the side, and that's what's increasing the air, because it's that static electricity of 2 magnets flying past one another, and they create that whoosh and that pull and that whirling, those tornadoes of energies. And we've had an X-flare recently that just went off the other day that's directly towards Earth, and it's quite a big X-flare, but it's all bark and no teeth, as it were. It's all mouth and no trousers, as we would say in the UK. And it's your bark is bigger than your bite. I think that's the word it's sort of saying. There's not a lot of plasma that comes off it, so it's going to be fire-driven air. Now, with the filament eruptions, we had some that was in the direction of the Earth, so that's going to increase the water, emotional and communication energy. But at the same time, we've had the major filaments that's gone off to the side and is doing the same thing, but creating the air out of water. So we're creating the air out of fire and out of water. They seem to be the 2 the energies that are backing the air energy and the earth at the moment. And I would say more than anything else, I would say it's more water than fire at the moment, most certainly. So we will be looking at those water energies and how they play out on your flower. You can just see this filament energy that erupted just there on the sun, and that went out in front of the earth as well. So it's like emotionally sort of like teasing us to come forward, going, come on, come on, come on. And the X-flare, the fire energy, was just kind of giving us a kick up the backside, as if to sort of say, don't mess around, don't wait around, get involved, now get going. You know, so let's just see how this affects your flower. So we're going to be mainly looking at, and keep this in mind, mainly looking at air and water. Okay, so as we bring up your flower, just have a look at that. How many airs and water connections do you have? Look at that, air and water, air and water, air and water, air and water up in this section here. There's a lot going on, certainly within the relationship side here. And this helps you because you've got this fixed energy that's coming in here. It helps you to have that fixed emotion according to the world around you. And I think you're applying it to the world around you with fixed ideas with the world around you. You're playing less upon the emotional side of it. So then that's, you know, it's like that glass that's gone up above the rocks, as it were, because you have that mutable air that comes from your good self. And in fact, you have more air in your system than you do fire. There's no fire inside you. All the fire is your engagement with the world outside. This is why it's better for you to be emotionally and mentally clear about who you are, what you want, and etc. Because then you can unleash all of that upon your passions in the outside world. And that's what's going to play really well for you. So I'm going to be looking at these. I'm going to be pulling up some more cards on these 3 petals here, and then the energy that is coming in on these sides here. You do have that fixed water that comes in from a Scorpio as well. So we're going to be putting 3 cards here up on that section, and then 3 cards here on this section here to see what's going on and seeing how it plays into your reading. So let's just bring your reading up here. And look what we have at the base here. We have Lovers, Ace of Swords, the Devil card on this side here. And the Devil card is all about direction. So it's all about the paying attention to detail, I guess, more than anything else. But let's just see, let's have a look at that base to start with. So let's start off with the Lovers card, your connection to the universe, being in love with life. And you get the Moon. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you take this position in life of this is how I want it, this is how it is, a real sort of solid stance about how you want life to enact. And I think this is what's going to bring up a surprising love for you within your life. I think someone's going to venture out. Someone's going to take a chance. Take a chance on asking you out or something like that. Or you'll find this chance encounterment with someone in life, and it will just make you kind of go, oh right, oh wow, that's amazing. 4 of Wands with the Ace of Swords. Look at that, having it absolutely clear. There's one other thing I'd like to say, is look at the top of that card there. She's got this infinity sign, which is the sign of the Magician as well. So you're manifesting these sort of things, and you're manifesting you coming together with someone else or with life itself. With that Ace of Swords, if you take the direction, it's like you are those 2 wands here, which is all about planning. And then you've got these 2 wands here, which is also about planning. And this is the coming together of the 2 people. It's a marriage card. So whether you want to get married or not, I think it's a case where if you take a stance, the universe will then back you up. And, life will start falling into place for you. And I think there's a really good chance of a connection with another person. Let's just see about this this fixed air that comes in that meets up with that fixed water there. 5 of Cups. I think this ties into this. I think this is sort of saying those are those ideas that there's some ideas that some things you just don't want to look at. And once you realise that, you can realise that these 3 cups here are spent. They're no longer working. But you do have these 2 cups here. Once you have that, that's going to open up that whole journey with someone else, maybe, when you can just let go of the past and not let it worry your future. That seems to be the main sort of thing that's sort of like coming in for you. What's this fixed water? I'm curious about that. How you get the Fool? Yeah, I think this is, it is going off on a journey. And I think emotionally, I think that you need to. It could be engaging with someone, making a new relationship with someone. But it's not that this new relationship is without complications. There are certain complications in the whole sort of thing. And I think this is why you've got to stand very clear about who you are and what you want out of life. And don't dilly-dally, basically. Let's see what's going on the financial side with the Devil cards. You get the 4 of Swords. Yeah, I think, as I said, with the Devil card here, there's some branches of the tree that have got padlocks on it. Some branches that have been chopped off. And I think you're getting healing from all of this, from this Devil card here. I think there's been a lot of repositioning with your life in the way of finances and so forth. But it's giving you a new direction. this healing sensation. It's giving you a real sort of direction with that cardinal air that's blowing through you. Let's just see how it plays in from the past to the future. You've got the 5 of Wands. It's like you've you've needed to fight to, get the results. I think there is, with this sort of like streamlining of finances and so forth, I think you need to be very sort of like straight up, and I think you need to sort of say, no, that's mine. I'm not letting you get away with that. In a job or a business and stuff like that, I think you need to be really straight as a die. Almost aggressive in a way. But not aggressive in a nasty way, but aggressive in kind of going, look, this is right. Only go for things that are right. And it will help you to be the highest and best example of yourself. Let's just see what's going on with that water. Yeah, you got the 9 of Wands. I wouldn't emotionally get carried away. I wouldn't let the world around you emotionally to torment you. So basically it could be like you're selling a house and there's a pressure on you from the rest of the family to spend money or buy a certain house in order to satisfy their needs rather than the greater needs of the family or your needs and stuff like that. I would just be have your healthy boundaries in place and not let yourself get sort of emotionally tricked into something, more than anything else. Go and have a look at the energy update. You'll see a lot clearer on the sort of vibrations that are coming through, because it's coming through from within at the moment, this air energy, because it's coming from the earth rather than from outside. So you get the message from the earth, the chakra sequencing and so forth. Hope you get the best out of these readings. I thank you very much for being here and all the support you give to this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.